up, guys?
What's happening, boys?
What's going on, gang? Haven't seen you guys in a minute, man.
Yeah, it's been a couple weeks, man.
Finally back.
Yeah.
It has been a few weeks, that's for sure. Busy few weeks, man.
Yeah, had some technical difficulties the last couple weeks, man. StreamYard wasn't letting us get on here.
Yep.
Finally got that squared away this week, so I'm happy we're back, man. Missed you guys. Missed the show, missed the comments. Ready to get back to it.
Yeah, man.
What is happening? They had to shut us down, yeah?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, exactly.
They're scared of us becoming big time.
Yeah. I think they're safe for now.
Yeah, I think they're all right.
What's up, Pop?
What's up, Pop?
What's up?
Oh, man.
What's up, Jordan?
Jordan, what's happening? So, yeah, I'm fucking shy. I've been going to jiu-jitsu a lot, man. I'm fucking beat to shit.
Yeah, man.
You know, I was talking to Brian last night about jiu-jitsu because, like, you go, like you'll go one night and, like, you leave there and you're like, all right, man, that was a good night. I'm getting it. You go the next night and you walk out of there and you're like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, you get, you know, but Brian put it in pretty good terms. He's like, the first like 6 months to a year of training for jiu-jitsu is basically training to learn how to get the crap kicked out of you.
Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah,
you know, and learning how to survive and breathe and not get choked out. Like that's basically all. Because like no matter who you go against, you're not better than them. They've all been there before you.
Yeah,
you know, like pretty much.
That's very true, honestly.
Yeah, so you're basically learning just how to survive and not die when you're on the mat. Which is tough to accept. Like you go you go for a couple of months and you're like, all right, that's it, I got this, you know, and like no, you don't have anything.
Yeah. You run to that one guy.
Idea.
Yeah, you have illusions. That's all you have.
Yeah, you have an idea of what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. I have bruises in places I didn't even know I had. I mean, it's nuts, man.
That's awesome.
My feet hurt, my fucking knees hurt, my legs hurt.
You picking up some cool shit though along the way.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. The last couple of nights we were perfecting the triangle choke.
Nice.
And
it's fun.
Yeah, man. Like once you get it down after a few times, it's like, all right, you're starting to get it. Of course, by next week when I'm back, I'll forget everything. But when you get put into a triangle choke, like you're paralyzed. Like you can't move, man.
I'm gonna have to get into this, man. I've been seeing a lot of people I know, you especially, Brian. I got a couple other friends that I know are doing jiu-jitsu, and everyone seems to love it, man. Yeah,
you know what the coolest part is? Like, not one person in there has like an ego. No one is a tough guy. You know, like everyone, no matter who you work with. I worked with this guy, John, the last few times I've gone in. This guy, he's probably 285, 300 pounds. A big dude, and but he's there every day. He does it with gi. He does no gi. The whole deal. And I mean, this guy could snap me in half in a matter of seconds. And. But I'll go to do something and he'll stop me right in the middle of the move. And he's like, no. He's like, see where your arm is? He's like, I can grab your arm right now and do this. He's like, your other arm, cross this way. Like everyone just wants to show you what to do, and show you how to get better.
That's cool.
You want to hear something funny? So I go there. What the hell's today? Thursday. I go there Tuesday. So you go downstairs. There's a locker room there, and you put your gi on and stuff. And when you come up, you always have like a pair of slides on or something because you don't want to walk around barefoot until you get into the actual workout area. They have like a shoe rack or whatever. You take your slides off and then you walk in, you bow, and then you go into it and you wait for everything to start. Well, I walk in there and the guy that runs the place, it's Soka is the name of the place. And that's his name, his last name. He's across there and there's another class going on and he's looking at me and he's like laughing. So I'm just kind of looking at him. I'm waving. I'm like, what the fuck is this guy laughing at? Some guy walks by me. He's like, yo, dude, no shoes on the mat. I walked in with my slides on into the fucking gym. And that's like a huge no-no. Like you do not wear shoes onto the mat.
Yeah.
So I just look down. I look at him. I go, oh, fuck. And he's just cracking up, man. He was just, so then I take him off. I come back in and then we're warming up. We're doing our runs and our drills. And I go up to him. I'm like, hey, sorry about that. I didn't even realize. He goes, that's all right. He's like, but you got to fight me tonight. I'm like, I'll get my shoes and I'll leave. How about that?
Yeah. Fuck that.
Yeah.
A couple extra triangles for that one, huh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But man, I gotta say, all the years playing hockey, football, everything. This is the craziest shit I've ever done. As far as stamina and a workout, and I mean, it's just nuts, man.
That's awesome, man.
If you guys want to if you're ever having a good day and you're feeling good about yourself, and you're like, man, I need to get knocked down a few pegs. I'm feeling too good. Go do a class of jiu-jitsu.
What's up, man?
Yeah, Janine, what's up, Mike? What's up? So anyway, so that's what's going on in my corner of the world. What about you guys, man? What's new?
Same shit, man, over here. Not getting beat up at jiu-jitsu, but just
definitely
not yet.
Yeah, exactly, not yet. But just paying attention to sports, seeing what's going on, man. Slow time for most stuff, but Rangers have been hot. We're gonna get to that.
Yep.
Spring season is here for baseball. Yanks have had a couple games. Look all right. They got some.
Yeah.
They got some pieces, guys, that they weren't expecting to be as good as they are so far. So, got a lot of stuff to talk about, man.
Ohtani hit a home run in like his first at bat at spring training.
Yeah, I saw that.
Of course he did.
He's fucking.
But yeah. So we got a bunch of stuff to talk about. We never even recapped the Super Bowl. I guess at this point, what's the point now?
Chiefs won.
Pretty,
to start, pretty boring game. It ended. The fourth quarter was interesting, but
fourth quarter was great. I thought,
majority of the game was kind of boring.
It went from slow and boring to like a really, really fun game. The last quarter and a half or so, and hats off to the Chiefs. What can you say, man? It's fucking Mahomes and the Chiefs, man.
Chris is what it is. That's awesome, man.
Chris, what's happening?
Good time, dude.
So we got a bunch of stuff to talk about. We got an event coming up in about 6 weeks or so that we're gonna talk about. So a lot to catch up on, and it's good to be back. Angelo, kick us off, and let's start another night, man.
This is Sports of Ages.
Yo, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
What the hell is going on right now on my screen?
Hold on, let me see. Good?
No, oh, wait, hold on. Now I have a full screen, but I have no comments. I don't know what the fuck I have here.
Hit the comments button again. Just tap comments and it'll come back.
All right, hold on. Exit. There we go. Okay. Wow, that was weird. Anyway. So let's start off with something as far as some news goes. A video broke last night of Justin Fields. I kind of dancing around in his kitchen, jumping up and down with no shirt on. And apparently a message from his agent going, "You ready to go home?" Yeah. So I guess, the writing's on the wall, right? Chicago and Atlanta are making a trade. Fields is going to Atlanta. Yeah.
Yeah. I love
Makes sense, man. I think it's a great move for Atlanta. I think Chicago's going to end up regretting it. I want to see what the trade's going to include. I keep seeing a lot of people are saying they're going to swap pick 8 and 9, and then the Falcons are sending a second. That's what I see, like the outline of what a trade would be for Fields, which I think is pretty. I think that's a pretty fair trade, man.
Pretty fair, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good trade.
Yeah.
So,
because Falcons have 8, right?
Yeah, Falcons have 8, so they would swap those picks and send a second, which I think
I wonder if we see a scenario where Chicago throws in something else, and they get that 8th pick. They get a first rounder, because then they'll have 3 picks in the top 10.
Maybe.
They can try that. They could definitely try to do that.
When you look at the scenario, right? So say that happens, and they have 7, 1, 8, and 9.
Yeah, it'd be crazy.
Technically, they could take, when you look at the list of teams in the top 10, they could go someone like Marvin Harrison at 1.
And
still get your quarterback. They can get their quarterback at 8.
I don't think they're going to get one of the guys they want, though. They want, if they're making that move and they're getting rid of Fields, they want Williams, May, or Daniels. And I don't think you're getting either of those guys at 8 or 9.
But if you have 8 and 9, you could use one of those to move up, too.
Or you could move up with one of those.
Yeah.
Also, I think there's a chance, if you look at the list of teams prior to that 8th pick, there's a chance Daniels is there at 8.
A lot of teams, yeah.
I don't know, man. I think if Fields gets moved, I think we see 3 quarterbacks, 1, 2, 3. I don't think New England or Washington are gonna.
They're taking QBs, yeah.
Yeah, so that's right there. That's 3. I think you got.
See, I don't know. I'd go for Marvin Harrison, man. Number 1.
Yeah, I'm telling you, if I'm Chicago, I would probably go Harrison.
But if you get rid of Fields and you grab Marvin Harrison with the first pick, if I'm that fan base, I would be up in arms. What is going on?
Well, think about it though. All right, so after New England, Chicago, and Washington. You have Arizona not taking a quarterback. You have the Chargers not taking a quarterback. You have the Giants, odds are, not taking a quarterback. Then you have, who is it at 7? They're not taking a QB.
Titans.
The Titans, who they apparently are in
Probably
love with
not, yeah.
They're not taking a quarterback. Boom, 8 comes. 2 quarterbacks are off the board. Daniels is there. Now you have Harrison, and you have Daniels.
There's a really good chance if one of those guys start falling to 6, 7. I think if the Giants pass on a quarterback at 6, if Daniels is sitting and the Giants don't go quarterback, I think you're going to see a team like the Raiders, like Denver, Vikings. One of these teams are going to get into the top 10 and grab them. I don't think any of the 3 quarterbacks make it past 8 at the latest.
See, but I think if I'm the Bears, though, I feel like you're looking at that year where like the Cleveland did that, where they could have had Saquon Barkley and still had your quarterback sitting there at 4. What was it, 1 and 4, right? Something like that.
Yeah, 1 and 4.
2 and 4.
They would have got Baker at 4.
They would have got Baker at 4. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So you could still get your QB, I think, later on, a couple picks later. I would give him a weapon to work with, man. I'd go Marvin Harrison.
Well, that's why I've been thinking they should keep the first pick, draft Harrison, and keep Fields, man. If you draft Marvin Harrison, you give Fields next year, Harrison, DJ Moore, and then you still have the 9th pick to either draft O-line or you could draft another weapon if you wanted to.
See, I agree.
There might be a chance that Brock Bowers falls to 9.
I just think that Fields, it's just too far done at this point. I don't think there's any chance he stays in Chicago.
It doesn't really make sense to me why you go into this year with a 3rd-year head coach in Eberflus, right? I mean, they haven't made the playoffs. They haven't won shit. If you go in with a rookie quarterback, I mean, are they guaranteeing Eberflus at least 2 years with this guy? Or is it going to be Chicago comes out, Williams struggles, and they're not a good team, and boom, Eberflus is cut. The whole staff is redone again next year. I mean, if you're going to do that, why not just keep Fields? If you're going to plan on getting rid of this guy if you have a bad year regardless, you're better off keeping Fields and not drafting a quarterback.
I almost feel like it's a sour relationship with the team at this point, though. I don't think it's necessarily they don't want him per se. I think it's just whatever would happen with like the general manager.
It might just have to happen.
And exactly, yeah. I think that relationship with the team is just sour at that point.
Look, I also think that they might be sitting back there thinking that, whatever people want to say about Caleb Williams, I mean, I get it. This kid is, if everything works out, this is a generational quarterback coming into the NFL right now, right?
Yeah, he's super talented, man.
Ridiculous. So if it all works out, the upside there is, in my opinion, way higher than Justin Fields.
Definitely.
I think Justin Fields is on the cusp of being in the top 15 of quarterbacks in football. I mean, I get it. The guy has not had weapons. I understand that. The team's been kind of a mess. I'm not saying that Fields sucks. I'm not saying that. But you look at his body of work over 3 years, and having weapons or not, I mean, a guy that everyone on here has ripped, me at times, but I've defended him, Daniel Jones, has better numbers with less weapons than Justin Fields has had over a 3-year span. The guy's best receiver, 2 years ago when he won a playoff game was fucking Richie James. Justin Fields at least had DJ Moore, a reputable wide receiver. I mean, Justin Fields, again, he's very talented. If I can get rid of him to draft Caleb Williams, I'm doing it in a heartbeat. I wouldn't even blink an eye at it. I mean,
see, I don't know, man. I'm still not. I don't know. There's something about Caleb Williams that I just don't think he's going to work out, man.
He's a dick.
I just,
yeah, I guess.
I don't know, man.
I just don't think it's going to work out, man.
Fields missed a decent amount of time this year, and he still ended up throwing 16 touchdowns. I mean, once he got a weapon this year, he started playing good. He just got hurt.
And his rushing threats phenomenal.
Towards the end of the year, I mean, they were winning games. They had 3 wins with like 5 weeks left, and they ended up, I think they won 4 out of the last 5 games. They were a 7-win team. I don't know. I think there's something there, man. I think Fields can be good if you give him another year. They got a new offensive coordinator. Just get him another weapon, a little help on the offensive line. I mean, this is a guy that you're talking, he catches the ball and doesn't even get in a 3-step drop, and he has to take off. It's every play. I mean, their offensive line is pitiful. I think he looked really good towards the end of the year, man. I think you can build off this. Again, I in a guy that's in a rookie contract, you don't have to pay him a lot anyways. You're going to end up paying Caleb more than you're paying Justin Fields this year. You might as well just keep Fields. And I mean, again, like we're saying, if none of us believe Williams is going to be that guy, why draft him right now when it's not like Fields has gotten worse. He's just progressively gotten better when you're building a team around him. You know,
see, for me though, for Fields, I'm happy to see him go to Atlanta. I think it's a better situation.
Oh, me too.
For him.
Yeah,
he's probably
Robinson,
happy as hell.
London.
Yeah,
you got a nice young squad, man. I mean, good for him. I hope he goes and I hope he kills it.
Not to mention the fact that you're playing indoors for half the season.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely
helps for your health and shit. You know,
no doubt, man. I think Atlanta's another team. They have a top 10 pick. They can go grab a wide receiver. Now you've got Fields with Bijan Robinson, Kyle Pitts, Drake London, and a first-round wide receiver. You know, that's a team that can make real moves right there. And now you have a defensive-minded head coach that's going to fix the little things on defense. They had guys, they just couldn't figure it out with fucking Arthur Smith. The guy's an asswipe.
Think of that read option, man, with Fields and Bijan. Oh,
they're going to be able to do a lot, man. It's gonna,
that's nice.
I think that would be crazy. It would be awesome for Atlanta. I think they'd love it, man.
Yeah, Janine, I'm in the same boat as you. I think talent-wise, I think Caleb Williams, without a doubt, can be the guy, and
he's got a lot of talent, man. I think
incredible franchise quarterback. Yeah, I just think he's an asshole.
He's gonna get in his own way. Yeah,
totally.
I think a lot of these guys come out, and I mean, look, they're the top of the top in college for a reason. They all have talent, man, but it's more than talent. It's the intangibles in the NFL, man. You have to know how to be a leader and how to win. You have to understand how to lead men. I mean, no offense to this kid, but if I'm imagine he gets drafted to the Bears and I'm a vet on this team, a veteran wide receiver like DJ Moore, and my quarterback I see him crying after the game, like hugging his mom in the stands, and after the game he's answering interviews saying, I wish I was at home cuddling my dogs and watching movies. Like, that dude, that's not a leader. I mean,
yeah, it's weird.
I don't know, man. If I was on that team, I wouldn't be able to look at him like, all right, let's go into a game every week with this guy. I'd be like, this guy he's here for the money. Fuck this ass.
Yeah, you're not buying in.
Yeah, I'm not buying in.
No, he's got a ton of talent, but he's got the mindset of fucking Johnny Manziel. You know,
exactly.
And that's not going to be a good combo, man.
Look at Kyler Murray, man. I mean, Kyler Murray is probably the best quarterback to ever play in the state of Texas in high school, and he goes
right up there for sure.
He goes to Texas A&M. He gets hurt his freshman year. He transfers to Oklahoma, wins a Heisman. I mean, the guy threw 45 touchdowns. He's 5'11", running around like a little midget, killing shit. Comes to the NFL, and same situation. The mindset isn't there. The first couple years, he was worried about playing Call of Duty. They put a stipulation in his contract for him to watch film, and I mean, look, the guy's still an NFL quarterback, but he hasn't done anything.
Yeah, it's still football at the end of the day, but it's a whole different ball game, man.
Yeah, you can't get away with just showing up in the NFL. College, you can get away with being talented and making it work.
You can know the X's and O's, and you can run around and you can make it work in college.
Mm-hmm.
Because now you're playing everyone the best of college.
Right. The teams you're playing against in college, maybe one guy on that team is in that upper echelon of that 1% that's going to make it to the pros. Maybe. You know, so you come to the pros and you're playing against everyone on that field. All those 11 guys are all that 1%, you know, so.
It's very true. I don't know. Again, he has a lot of talent. I think the best quarterback coming in right now, I would say, is Jayden Daniels. If I was the Bears and I'm going to get rid of anyone, I know it's hard to pass up because you look back and all the teams that, didn't grab Mahomes or didn't grab the Bradys or the Rodgers that all fell in the draft. But coming in, you don't know who's going to be that guy. There's a lot of untapped potential with a guy like Jayden Daniels. I think him coming in, I think a team that could trade up for him is going to be the Raiders, man. I think the Raiders try to come.
I think he would fit well in there. Yeah,
I think he'd fit well. I really like him. I think he's the best quarterback, and I think he's the best quarterback coming out right now. I think he has the most potential, and he's just not being talked about as much because he doesn't put himself in the media like this guy, Caleb Williams.
But that's
true. That's true. I think Drake May is going to be really good too. I think
I like May a lot too. Drake May, he reminds me a lot of Josh Allen, man. He's big. He'll run you over. He has a really strong arm. He can maneuver in the pocket really well. He just needs that next level of coaching. That's why, to me, I mean, I know you, Mike, you've said you'd hope the Giants don't think they're gonna, but if the Giants can somehow say pick 1, 2, it's Daniels and Williams, and he's sitting there at 3 is May. I think the Giants with Daboll, look what Daboll did with Josh Allen. I think they should. I would go grab him fucking right away, man. He has so much potential.
I'm not even saying I'd be against it. I just don't think they're going to do it. I really don't think they're going to do it.
You'd be stupid not to consider it at least.
No, you have to consider it. Especially if, like you said, if one of these guys fall out, like the Bears come out and draft Marvin Harrison. I mean, that changes a lot. The Giants
changes a lot of things. Yeah.
If no one hops up in front of the Giants, I mean, if I'm the Giants, I'm calling the Cardinals right away. I'm like, what do you want? Let's switch picks. What do you want? Trade something to get to 4,
and you go get 4.
Yeah. You go get the guy. I mean, if one of those guys slips, you have to try at least to take the chance.
You know, and again, unless this theory that I had earlier of the Bears maybe taking Harrison at 1 because they think they can get a quarterback a few spots lower. I think Caleb Williams is number 1 no matter who's sitting there. He's going number 1.
I think it's good. Yeah, I think it's good as done, honestly.
JJ McCarthy.
That would be a horrible decision.
Yeah, I don't know about JJ McCarthy, man. I really don't know.
I think he has potential as well. I mean, Harbaugh said he thinks he's if not the best quarterback to ever play at Michigan. I mean, look at the guys who have come out of there. I mean, Brady played at Michigan, man, and Harbaugh is coming out and saying he thinks this guy has the most untapped in potential that he's seen. The guy, he has a high completion percentage, but he's just not a big, flashy guy. Like, I don't know if I think he's a guy that needs to sit for a couple of years before he can play. I don't think he's
and I mean, look, again, him being the best quarterback in the history of Michigan, I mean, even Brady didn't light the college world on fire in Michigan, you know? So is that saying a lot? I mean, yeah. So, you know, some big names quarterbacks have come out of Michigan, but I mean, it's not, I don't know. It's not a breeding ground for quarterbacks. Let's say that, you know? I mean, so it's going to be really, really interesting.
It really depends what happens with this first pick, man.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of shit about the Patriots too. Possibly.
I'm more curious to see the night we go live. If we go live the night of the draft, do I come down with COVID again? That's kind of what I'm curious to see.
Probably a good chance. There's definitely a good chance.
Yeah. So, all right. So say nothing changes, right? You got Chicago, you got New England, you got Washington, or Chicago, Washington, New England. Which, you know, if say Williams goes first, they take Caleb Williams. Okay, that's done. Who's taking, you know, is it going to be May or is it going to be Daniels?
I think Commanders go May, honestly.
Yeah, Drake May.
And I think the Patriots end up with Daniels or they trade out of the pick.
Which I think would be really stupid for New England to do. That team needs a quarterback.
Man. They need a quarterback really bad.
They're so far away around the whole team that taking a quarterback is just gonna kill whoever they get. It's one of those things where they don't have a roster. Like, they don't have receivers. Their defense is really so. True. I don't know. And you're coming in with a rookie head coach too.
Yeah, the one thing I can say about like when you have a new regime, right? You got a new head coach, you got a new general manager. You go and you draft Drake May, or you take Daniels. Mm-hmm. Now your GM says, "All right, coach, here's the deal. I just got you your franchise quarterback. Now let's build the rest of the team. I got you your guy." Yeah. You know, it in a way, if you want to play devil's advocate, though, that's kind of what Chicago did, right? They thought they had the guy by getting Fields when there was no one else on the team.
Now look what's happening.
And now they're sending him away. So
this is what happens a lot with these guys that get traded away, man. They come into a shitty situation, a team that earned a top 3 pick, and they build with a quarterback before trying to build up the roster, or they don't give the quarterback enough time to learn the system and actually get a team around him. I mean, Fields is only going into his 4th year. It's not like the guy is 35, you know, like he's still on his rookie deal. You can still.
No, he's 24, I think.
Yeah, he's young as hell. He came in at 20, man. The guy's.
But if New England has nothing, though, shouldn't your first piece be your quarterback?
I totally agree.
I would think that would be your most important piece, and then I know we just that situation about building around it, but if you literally have a crap team, your most important piece you got to address first. It has to be quarterback.
It's true. I mean, I could see New England trying to pull sign a Russell Wilson for a year or two, and drafting, trading out of 3, building up picks to build around Russ, and then come second round with one of those picks they trade for, drafting a guy that falls like a Bo Nix or a Penix, because then now Russ is only going to be here for a couple more years. You have this guy that's going to sit behind him, and then you start building your team right there. You recruit picks. You got some money in free agency because I think Russ is going to take a cheaper deal, and you have 2 quarterbacks on the roster just in case shit goes south.
Yeah. Speaking of Russell Wilson, I know we went off on a bunch of stuff here talking about news, but I had it written. I mean, Russell Wilson's visiting with Pittsburgh,
makes sense.
I think is a perfect spot for Russell Wilson to go to, and this team's making the playoffs with nobody at quarterback. Mason Rudolph, Kenny Pickett and Mason Rudolph, so I think
it's a good move.
If I'm Pittsburgh, Russell Wilson's not leaving the building until we have a deal in place. I would want him. And I know Tomlin wants him. I know that.
Yeah, it's a good move.
Oh, for sure, man. I'm making sure he's back in the building March 13th in the morning. Free agency starts. Okay. Denver cuts him, whatever. Denver decides to trade him because he's still under contract.
Yep.
See what the hell happens. If I'm the Steelers, if I'm the Patriots, if I'm the Vikings, I'm all over it. I'm all over it. No doubt, man.
Vikings is an interesting one, right? So that's another thing I had written down. I've
Kirk Cousins.
well, the Justin Jefferson thing. All these rumors that they might look to trade Justin Jefferson.
Pretty much.
I'm not buying that, man. I don't know.
I
think it's a lot of hearsay.
I think it's bullshit too. I mean, okay, so say the Vikings have decided we need to go somewhat full rebuild here. Okay, it's time to make some changes. All right, that's fine. That's fine.
Cornerstone's Jefferson.
But what do you have to get rid of your 34-year-old wide receiver? The guy's 4 years old, 25 years old. What are you doing? That is a mainstay. That's the one guy, the only guy on that entire roster that's not on the table to get rid of.
Yeah, I get it from that standpoint too. Yeah, I get it from both. I mean, if they decided to do it, what they're gonna get back for him is gonna be absurd. Where within 2 years, your team is back in the playoffs. It would be absurd.
I see both sides. I can see if I'm the team, I wouldn't want to trade him. But if he's attached to Kirk Cousins and that's his guy and he's going, I can see also why he would want to leave.
Yeah, 100%.
Good point. I
mean, going into next year, if I'm Jefferson right now, you want me to sign with you. What is our plan next year? We don't have a great defense.
Right. You need to do something for me here.
We don't have a quarterback right now because Cousins isn't on the team. What are we doing next year that makes me want to stay here? I mean, especially when you're going to sign for a long-term deal. I mean, this guy's probably going to get 5 for like 150, man. He's going to get $30 million a year.
Lot. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Chris, I think he might even get more than 2 first-rounders.
I think so too.
I think it could be 3 first-rounders, a player, and like a second-rounder. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot.
Yeah, it's going to be a big haul for sure.
Yeah, and look, obviously I know they want to get younger at quarterback, but I think just throwing Cousins away could be a mistake too. I mean, all this guy does is have a winning record every year and throw for 5,000 yards every fucking year. That's all the guy does.
We're speaking about the Vikings, they are cutting Alexander Mattison, so they'll have to look for a new running back next season as well.
All right, I get that move though.
I can understand that one.
Yeah, he didn't do shit this year.
He was good filling for Dalvin Cook when he was hurt and stuff, but when he had a full season by himself, he didn't really do shit. I mean,
good.
He's kind of like Tony Pollard in a way.
He'll be my replacement for Saquon Barkley next year. Great.
Yeah, they'll sign him.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm okay with the move for them.
Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be a tough one, man. Again, because Kirk is going to, he's going to get a decent bag, man. He's not going to sign.
Yeah.
He's going to.
He deserves it. He deserves.
He's going to get at least 35 to 40, I would say, at least. It's going to be a 2-year deal for like
probably
80,
a 2-year deal, yeah,
for like 80, all guaranteed, because that's just how him and his agents work.
It is risky though. I mean, what? Coming from an Achilles injury.
Coming off the Achilles is tough. It's very tough,
man.
It's definitely tough.
I mean, look, there was a video of him yesterday throwing. He looked pretty damn good already.
The Achilles is a much faster recovery now. All these guys are tapping in with this doctor in California, Rodgers. J.K. Dobbins is only 5 months out, and at a running back, he's running. Full speed.
Running already.
That's crazy, man. You've never seen that in the past.
If I'm Pittsburgh, if I'm not confident about the meeting with Russell Wilson, my next phone call is to Kirk Cousins.
Oh, no doubt. I think Kirk is going to take his visits, man. I think come March 13th, that first week of free agency, Kirk is going to get calls, man. If I'm the Patriots, again, the same teams we mentioned, Denver, if I'm the Vikings, all these teams, Steelers, Raiders, I'm calling these guys.
If the deal with Chicago doesn't actually happen, Falcons should be all over Cousins.
Falcons would be perfect. Him playing in a dome.
Perfect there. Yeah.
Yep.
God.
Perfect.
It's like the perfect scenario for him, man. It really is.
Perfect. It would be so perfect. They would be a 12-win team in that division, man. They'll be really good.
Yeah, so speaking of that, I had the other thing, running backs. No running backs are getting tagged. Yeah. Now, last year, tags were flying like confetti, okay? Mm-hmm. No one is getting tagged this year. Yeah.
It's such a high tag.
I think you'll get a little less, Chris. But, yeah, I can understand where people are putting that price at.
I could see 40.
Yeah, I think he gets like 40 a year.
Yeah.
But I don't know. As far as the running back thing goes, you know what sucks about it, Andrew? I think you and I had this conversation last week, or maybe earlier this week when you were here. The running back position, right? So you have last year really started a lot of it, right? With Saquon, Jacobs, these guys, Eckler, whoever, I want this amount. Well, you're a running back, you're not worth shit. Now this year, none of them are getting tagged. They're going to be swapping all over the place. It's going to be running backs changing teams. I feel like the running back position, I get it now. A lot of teams are running these RPOs. A lot of teams they have these mobile quarterbacks. I think devaluing the running back position is a huge mistake by a lot of teams.
It's a big mistake, man. And Chris,
it's a real big mistake.
I got to disagree, man. Maybe they're a dime a dozen because there's so many of them, but there's not so many of them on that next level, man.
Right.
And unless you have a Rodgers, a Mahomes, possibly Stroud. I mean, some of these guys, unless you have a guy like that is just going to make it all happen. It doesn't matter who's in the backfield. Yeah. You need a solid structure at running back, man. You have to be able to run between the tackles or you can't win football games. You just can't.
True. Look at the guys that we're talking about here. Zeke is the guy that I'm going to put in a different category because Ezekiel Elliott's body took a fucking beating. An absolute beating.
He's a Nissan Altima with 300,000 miles.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, this guy was abused in college with his usage. And then,
But, look, the running backs we're talking about right now, Saquon Barkley, Josh Jacobs,
Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry. You're talking about the upper echelon of guys, okay? So, yeah, a lot of running backs, the running back position, you can get a guy probably in the 4th, 5th round. You can get a guy who's been around a couple of years floating around. He can come in. He can probably put up close to 1,000 yards or even more than 1,000 yards. A guy putting up a grand is not monumental anymore, No. But when you have guys like these guys that we're mentioning that can take over games, we've seen them do it.
Yeah.
We've seen Saquon take over games. We've seen Derrick Henry take over games. These guys, these are not dime a dozen. These guys don't fall into that category.
Especially
these guys are different.
Especially look at Derrick Henry, man. The guy's in his later 20s. He's never missed a full season. He broke his ankle and came back in the playoffs for them.
Came back, yeah.
This guy's never missed a full season. He's always available, and he's constantly a workhorse, man. You give him the carries, and he produces. And the Titans are just going to let this guy fucking walk out. I don't get it. Someone is going to get Derrick Henry, and they're going to get a 1,200-yard rusher with at least 8 to 10 touchdowns. It's just guaranteed. That's what this guy does.
I'll take him.
I think the Cowboys are a really good fit for him, man.
He wants to go.
Yeah.
He wants to go. He lives in Texas already. He practices in Texas.
I could see, honestly, out of all the running backs we've spoken, we'll name. I mean, you said Pollard, Barkley, Eckler. Who else would you say? Jacobs. Out of all these guys, I think Jacobs is going to be the only guy that isn't on a new team next year. Honestly.
Yeah, you think he stays with?
I think they get a deal done. I think he loves AP. I think they get it. I think he honestly takes a little less just to stay there with that culture. He got drafted there. Yeah. He loves that team. I think they'll get a deal done.
Which is wild because he was a problem with the tag last year, right? He held out a little bit.
They kind of screwed him last year.
They did.
They had a deal done and then they basically pulled out of it at the last minute.
They yanked it off the table.
Him and Max Crosby were sitting in Josh Jacobs' car ready to go in and sign the deal. And then last minute, boom, deal fell through. He had to sign the tag.
They're like, Josh, we have that deal for you. Just kidding.
No, Chris, I'm actually okay with it. I'm good with the Zimmer hire.
Yeah, I think Zimmer's a good hire, man.
I think he's going to bring a little grit to the defense. I mean, I like the turnaround Quinn did with the defense, of course, but you know what, man? I mean, big game, playoff game, we look like shit. I mean, we got mopped up in the playoffs, man. I mean,
no, getting Zimmer as a coordinator is not the worst thing in the world, man. I mean,
I'm good with that.
I mean, look, him and Quinn are both terrible head coaches. So,
sure,
but as coordinators, that's a whole different ballgame. So, I think it's a solid signing.
Definitely, I agree.
It could have been worse. Put it that way.
Yeah, definitely.
I think you're right. I think he'll bring some grit there, man. I think he'll get these guys ready. I mean, Parsons every time he's on his podcast or talking to people, he says, I basically saying I wish the defense had 11 of me because he says these guys didn't show up, like they're not coming to play. Like everyone gets ahead of themselves, and he kind of said he's like everyone likes to shit on Dak and the offense and McCarthy. He's like, go watch the tape from the last 3 years I've been here. He said the defense we don't show up. He said we haven't showed up yet in the playoffs.
No, and he doesn't take a play off. Now, like I'm talking about Parsons,
Yeah,
like
it's very rare. I mean, he did a little bit this year, but I think he was also banged up this year.
Honestly, of course he was.
He was banged up real bad.
Here's a perfect example of a guy like Parsons, right? Okay, you guys know me. I'm a diehard Giants fan. I love the Giants. You compare numbers, numbers, which are very misleading in a lot of categories. If you just look at numbers, Kayvon Thibodeau had a better season than Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
You watched them both play. Go back and watch every fucking game.
Yeah, it's not even close.
It's not even close. I think Thibodeau's a great player. I do. I see plays where that guy is jogging.
Yeah.
I see Parsons running full speed when a guy's 30 yards ahead of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a big difference there.
Yeah.
But
so
I feel like they held Parsons back a little bit, honestly, though. I feel like they didn't want him doing too much, and I feel like
I said that to you guys before the season.
Isn't that on Quinn?
You could it is though. You could tell. It's like
I don't know if that's all on Quinn though, because Parsons came out. Remember around like this time last year, Parsons after the season said, "I'm going to put on 20 pounds and be a strictly pass rusher." I think that took away from his game. I don't
like that. It did. It definitely
I told you, I thought it was going to take away from his game. He wasn't dropping back. As like when you drop back and you have that versatility, you don't know where this guy's going to go. You just have no idea.
Right. See, but I don't know. I still put
that's when you play the LT role.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
I still put that on the coach in a way though, because like if you know that's your guy's strength, then set him straight.
Yeah,
this is what your position is. This is what you're playing. Like this is you've done well doing this. Don't change it.
When he shows up to camp with 15 pounds heavier, you tell him, okay, good, that's great. You got 6 weeks to drop that 15 pounds. Get your ass in shape. This is what the role that you're playing. Because he did regress this year. He was not the guy he was completely taken over.
Yeah,
of course. Yeah, there's. I mean, every fucking player in this league is back down.
Yeah, I was just going to say this. I mean, that guy shows up 15 pounds heavier and says, "I want to play just strictly the end."
No,
coaches now they're like, "Okay, go do."
Okay, so I don't want to upset him.
I don't want to upset him. Maybe he'll request a trade. It's a player-driven league now. These guys basically get away with what they fucking want, man.
Yeah.
Look at the shit Tomlin had to go through this year. Deontay Johnson said, or maybe George Pickens actually, just didn't block a guy because he said, "Oh, I didn't want to get hurt the same way Tank Dell did." The next week, his running back, not Harris? Who's their other running back there? Why can't I remember his name? Anyways, they ran a jet sweep going the opposite way.
That was Pickens, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was with Pickens, but I don't remember the backup running back's name. Whatever. They run a sweep with Pickens, and the running back is laying out everyone in fucking front of him for him. There's just a difference between some of these guys, man.
Yeah.
There's just a difference.
I hear you.
So, look, I mean, again, I didn't have much more as far as news and notes other than us just shooting the shit about it.
Yeah, definitely, man. It's really. I have a list here of some of the players, bigger name players that have either been tagged or expected to be tagged. Higgins got tagged already. Brian Burns is getting tagged. Antoine Winfield Jr. L'Jarius Sneed is an interesting one, man. It's looking like the Chiefs might try to trade him.
Yeah,
like a sign and trade.
Yeah, that's what it's. I mean, that's what it looks like. They're looking like they're going to go get Chris Jones and just let Sneed pick a spot. I guess I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
And then the last one I had was Josh Allen from the Jags, the D end. I don't think they're going to let him go anywhere. He's expected to be tagged too.
They shouldn't let him go.
No, they definitely.
That would be pretty stupid.
Bryce
Huff, Bryce Huff, not getting tagged.
I think it's smart. I think it's going to come down to the last minute, and we're gonna get a deal done with him.
I wouldn't tag him, but I would try and bring him back though.
They're going to try and bring him back. Definitely, they're going to. Try.
Well, I think he's going to be playing in the same stadium next year.
Yeah, and
I think he's just wearing a different color uniform.
No fucking chance. No chance.
Him and Thibodeau on opposite ends with Dex in the middle. I'll take that. Man.
I think Huff comes back, man. I don't think football gives him enough praise where he's going to go get a big market deal that he's going to leave.
Probably not.
I think he'll get evaluated around 12 to 14 million, which I think is way low. And I think we end up giving him a Carl Lawson 3 for 45, give him 15 more than the market is telling him and his agent. He comes back, and with that deal, I'd guarantee him way more playing time. This guy should not come off the field as much as he did last year.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Him and Jermaine Johnson should be on the field 75% of the
at a minimum.
At a minimum, they're arguably that duo would be one of the best in football. They'd fucking tear shit up. They need to be on the field together all the time. Let him go rush the pass. Let him play the run. He wants to. It's not like the guy's shying away. He wants to.
No, clearly not. Clearly not.
Hey, let him go, man.
I want him back.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
Fuck them.
What is this football? Basically just Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce these days? Yeah, okay. You must be on a fucking UFO. Who the hell you are?
Exactly.
Go back to outer space. So anyway, all right. Let's jump into some hockey, man. Let's talk about some hockey. All right.
Rangers, man.
So, real quick before we get into the Rangers, Chris, I want your opinion on this because I read a thing today. I want to get off of I want to clear Facebook and start over again. Because I get so many different fucking algorithms and all these stupid pages come up, and 99% of them are bullshit. Yeah. But one of them said they're hearing rumors. I don't know where they hear these rumors from. If they just maybe from UFOs, and they said that that Patrick Waugh, as the interim head coach of the Islanders, might be removed sooner than later as coach. How could look? There's no way in hell unless he punches Lou Lamoriello in the face on national TV. There's no way the Islanders going to get rid of two coaches in the same goddamn season. Okay,
that would be like. Has that ever happened?
I don't know, but it's not going to start now. I mean,
they suck. Don't get me wrong, but you're not going to get rid of two coaches in the same season.
No. They're not even that far out of a playoff spot.
They're getting far back, man. They're not winning much games now.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's kind of it's becoming a stretch at this point, but.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for them to make it. I'm looking at the standings here. I mean,
yeah, what do you got now?
Oh,
who's number one, by the way?
Just curious.
Let's start with the division, then we'll go to the conference, then we'll go to the fucking league. Who's number one?
Okay, so in the Metro, the Rangers are first, 82 points. The Islanders are points-wise not too far out of it.
They're not, right?
They're only 2 points back from the Devils, but I don't know, man. Philly and Carolina are still pretty far ahead of them. Where it's gonna be tough for them to catch up.
And both teams are playing really well. Philly's been hot, man. I mean, Philly's we'll win 2, we'll lose 1, we'll win 3, we'll lose 1, but the wins are really outweighing the losses lately,
Yeah. So then we go on to the Eastern Conference. Let's see here. Oh, Rangers, 83 points. They're in first in the Eastern.
Yeah.
Okay.
Florida close with 82, and then. When you look at the
big
league,
games, Monday night, man, Florida Rangers, that's a big game.
Then you come to the league, and Vancouver has 83 points as well, but they have a game in hand on us. So Rangers once again.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Vancouver has one less win on the board than. I'm pretty sure there's only one team in the entire league with 40 wins right now. I think it's the Rangers.
Yep.
Actually, Vancouver has 38. So it's 2.
Oh, they're 2 wins behind.
Shit.
If anyone didn't know, we're Ranger fans. Anyway, you concerned about the Rangers being a bad first period team complaint. Chris, it's a concern. I'm more concerned about what happens in 8 days from now at the trade deadline.
Yeah.
Do I think? I think you can watch this right now. I know, Rempe comes out, he touches the puck, the crowd goes nuts if the guy even touches the ice. This team needs to make a move at the trade deadline. Yeah. We have to.
Got to do something. Yeah.
We need a legitimate right wing on the first line. It's not VC. I love the guy, but it's not him. It's not Kakko. Okay. Kakko, as of March 8th, shouldn't be in a Rangers uniform, in my opinion.
Agreed.
And we need a third line center. If Hedl didn't get hurt, he would be that guy, and I'm fine with it.
It would be perfect. Yeah. It'd be perfect.
Goodrow's not that guy. Goodrow has proved this year he is a fourth line guy and will probably be off this team after this season.
He is fucking bad, man.
Playoffs will be different. You need a guy like him. You need a guy like him in the playoffs. Yeah. So he's not, in my mind, he's not on the trading block this year. He's not going anywhere.
A big loss, man. That was a big loss.
Yeah. I think you got to go out and get yourself an Adam Henrique. And you got to try to bring back Tarasenko. I think you really got to try to bring back Tarasenko.
Yeah, I think Tarasenko would be a really smart move, man. I think putting him back on that first line, maybe get Mika and Kreider going a little bit, because they're not doing shit 5-on-5, man.
No.
It's every time they're on the ice, it's like, all right, next shift. You get them all, man. Mika and Kreider, they're explosive on the power play. It's fun to watch, but 5-on-5, they're just not fucking doing anything, man.
No, and I think look, when you watch the games, obviously like we do, I mean, Mika is still a phenomenal player. He's defensively, he's
he's awesome, yes.
But now hopefully we get that whole Mika magic in the March
yeah,
that March connection he has, man. Hopefully that starts coming because this guy legitimately should be at 25 to 30 goals right now.
Yeah.
And he's got what, 18, 19, something like that?
Yeah, he's definitely behind.
It definitely helps when you have Panarin having the year he's having.
Absolutely.
Lafreniere and Trocheck both also stepping up. I think it's taking away a little bit of like the limelight that first line had to have last year. Like those guys, we needed those guys to come out and score for us to win games. And right now we don't. But when it comes to playoffs, we need at least the first two lines to be explosive, man.
Yeah.
And right now they're just not.
The second line is the best line it has been all season.
The second line is arguably the best line in hockey right now.
It's one, it's right up there as one of the best lines in hockey.
Every single one of them are putting up points every night. Panarin's putting up 2 a night lately. Lafreniere has been scoring at will. Trocheck is a fucking.
He's an animal, man.
I love that guy. I fucking love that
absolute animal.
Chris, do you think that's a real possibility that Crosby's going to be on the trading block?
I've been seeing this a lot lately too, man.
I can't see him going to another team, man.
I can't see him saying "fuck that."
Like, no, Chris, he's not.
Definitely not living up to that. But he's playing a lot better.
Yeah, if Crosby's going anyway, he's not going to put a fucking Ranger uniform.
No,
There's
no way. No way. That would be one of the weirdest things to see him in a different jersey. I don't know if
look, I'm not going to say no to it. I'll tell you that right now.
Hell no.
That was like seeing like Lundqvist and the Capitals jersey.
Yeah, exactly.
It was just the strangest thing to see.
It really sucks that he had to have that heart surgery because that was a scare. But in a way, as a Ranger fan, it paid us dividends, man, because you never had to put that jersey on.
Oh God!
You know, Chris, I've got to be honest. I know, Pittsburgh's kind of in a very, they're in a tough spot right now because they're older. Their owner came out and said, we have to get younger as a team.
Yeah, they are. They definitely are.
I think if he doesn't get hurt, I think Gensel was a huge trade chip for them this year. He was going possibly even to the Rangers. But he's hurt now, and they're not. No one's trading for that guy at the trade line when he's not going to be back till maybe the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah.
But by the time Lindros was a Ranger, his brain was fucking oatmeal.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Malkin, that's where I was headed with this. Is that you bring a guy like Malkin in to be, your third line center. That changes things in a heartbeat, man.
For sure.
Yeah. Now you're talking about a big presence that can still play and has got tremendous playoff experience.
Yeah,
of course.
You plug Malkin into that third line right now in the Rangers.
That's over.
Yeah. There's a good chance you can already put us in the Cup Finals,
Yeah.
So the best thing for the Rangers right now is that we finally have our goalie back. Igor is back.
Yes, thank God.
I mean, I saw a thing yesterday, maybe it was this morning. They posted the odds right now that are in Vegas. Again, one of these stupid sites might not be true. For goalies to win the Vezina, you know that Igor is number 7 right now?
Really?
Like the month of February has put him back in the conversation for the Vezina trophy this year.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, yeah.
Because think about it. He's like 4th or 5th in wins in the league. His goals against is now down to a 2.65. It was over 3 a month and a half ago.
Wow.
He keeps going on this path. By the time the season ends, he's going to be in like the top 3 in every fucking category again.
Yeah.
It's good too that he's coming back around now because I know Quick didn't look good in his last start, but Quick still isn't playing bad. So I think Igor will be able to get enough rest come playoff time. Where
big stretches.
He'll still be fresh. He's not coming out and playing goalie every night to finish the season. We still have Quick, who they're playing good in front of still.
Last game Quick played too. I'm not going to kill him for that game.
No, they just look shitty. They look.
And not only that, that was that's probably the longest stretch Quick had all season that he didn't play a game.
Yeah, it was. Oh, definitely. No doubt. He didn't play for 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah. He went a while without playing a game. So, look, we're not in this position right now for the Rangers without Quick.
Oh, no doubt.
This season.
Yeah.
This guy
crucial.
This guy has been so important to this team. Which is also, God forbid something happens to Igor in the playoffs or he has a bad game or two.
Yeah.
It's good to have the backup.
We're not really losing much going to our backup,
No.
Yeah, definitely.
He's got the experience.
Yeah.
He's got plenty of it.
Yeah, so I'm very happy where the where the Rangers are right now. Chris, to go back to your original question, the slow starts in the first, I don't think it's too concerning because defensively and our goaltending, if we come off to a slow start, odds are the period's going to end up 0-0 or maybe 1-0. And this team in the second and third period, the Rangers have been one of the best teams in the league this year. So
yeah,
I'm not too concerned about it.
Definitely
not. Being down 1-0 is not that bad.
Yeah.
The third.
Yeah. Now, guys, I wanted to ask you this now. Teams, though, playoffs around the corner, teams that scare you.
I don't want to
Boston scare you guys.
No,
Florida does. I mean,
Florida. That's the team for me, man.
Yeah, Florida, definitely.
See, I don't want to say it because we've had pretty good luck lately against them, but Carolina.
Carolina's always a tough match, man.
They're
like fucking sand in our underwear, man.
They don't
They're a pain in the ass.
They don't go away. They start the season fucking horrible, and they're 7 points behind us right now.
Yeah.
It's unfucking real, man.
I wanted to ask, but by the way, anyone out there, does anyone know who the viewer named UFO was?
I don't know. It has to be someone we know.
Did we piss him off? Where'd he go?
It has to be someone we know fucking with us with Taylor Swift.
Well, you know who I was leaning towards.
Yeah, that was McCluskey.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was probably Brian.
Yeah, but he wouldn't go away after I make a wise ass comment, though. He'd come right back with one.
Well, he's retired now. He's got 2 kids to take care of. He might have just dipped out for a couple minutes.
Yeah, that's a good point.
He's chilling right now.
Yeah, Chris, Tampa's always a pain in the ass too.
Yeah, no doubt. They definitely are.
They suck. But you know who's actually making me nervous though is Philly.
Philly could be one of those teams as well, man.
One of these teams when they're early in their regime of John Tortorella.
Yeah,
that's a dangerous hockey team, man.
Yeah.
And it's a telltale sign of Philly being kind of taking that next step. Look what they just went through with that whole Carter Hart situation. Yeah. They didn't miss a fucking beat.
No.
Yeah.
It didn't affect them emotionally. It didn't affect them in the media. It was just business as usual, Rich, what's up, man?
What's going on, man?
What's up, Rich?
Guy coming in hot, dropping an Islanders comment.
I'm scared for them, not of them.
Yeah. I was reading a couple of things just to touch on the Islanders for a minute, man. A lot of these, I saw the one writer said something, do the Islanders have a problem for the future with their goaltender? No, the Islanders do not have a problem with Ilya Sorokin, okay?
No. Yeah. Not even a little bit.
Not even a little bit. Are you kidding me? I mean, I could probably name you 8 fucking teams right now that are going to be in the playoffs that I'd rather have Sorokin this year on their team than the goalies that they have right now, okay?
Yeah. He's definitely,
so everyone needs to pump the brakes.
He's the least of their concerns.
Yeah, come on, man. Give me a fucking break. Are you kidding me? By the way, hats off to we haven't been on here since then, actually. The Stadium Series game, right? We were on.
Yeah.
I've never liked him. I've always thought he's a dick, but Matt Martin showed a lot of respect and class for Rempe. After the game and stuff, the way he said it, he wasn't like, oh, who's this tough kid thinking he's going to come in there? He was like, hey, kid, congrats. Welcome to the league, man. You want to do this? Like, that was awesome of him, man.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool. That was pretty fucking cool.
Yeah,
and then every single person on every single game after that decided they want to fight this fucking kid too. I mean, by the 3rd game, he's like, do I even have to do this now? He's just fucking dead.
Right? It's so true, man. Yeah, that is a big problem, Chris. I went through he's not on here tonight. I don't see him in the comments, but Alex, who I work with, we went through a lot of contracts on the Islanders. They signed a lot of long-term deals for guys, man.
Yeah.
Deals that are gonna hurt them and that are already hurting them. That guy is bigger than Batista. Yeah, he's a big boy, man. I tell you what, though, what's his name there on Columbus? Fucking clapped him, man.
I honestly think he was kind of just beat. I think he was beat by them. Like, it didn't even look like
but he's a tough dude on Columbus.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
a tough dude.
Yeah, for
no
sure.
doubt. He was throwing haymakers. It was just like boom, boom,
boom, man,
over and over.
I mean, he made a really cheap, shitty hit on Trocheck last night. That prick, though, he cross-checked.
I saw that.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like Trocheck made a dirty hit on fucking what's his name there. I forget who it was. And Rempe was trying to get after him again, man.
Yeah, the guy was holding him back,
holding his jersey and shit, man. Rempe's added a lot of excitement. He's added a lot of excitement. I'll give him that. But another reason I think we need to make a move because playoffs get very physical and stuff, but playoffs are not about fighting and
Yeah.
You know, if I'm the coach right now, okay, let's ride this train. You know, let's ride this wave. Come playoff time, Rempe, you're a fucking healthy scratch. Okay, I need to get some
you're a
players
liability at that point.
Yeah, exactly. He'll become a liability. So now he's also come out and said, I just want to be a hockey player. You know, I want to get better at you know. He's not asking for these fights.
I don't think he's not looking.
People
for
are trusting him right now.
Yeah, he gets in one, and it's with. I mean, it's with fucking Martin. Everyone in hockey was watching that game. You know, they see this kid. He's a rookie. What is he? 20 years old, I think.
Yeah, he's a kid.
And then fucking boom. Now everyone wants to fight him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rich, we're gonna get that to that in a minute, man.
Yeah, definitely.
It's so awesome to have like exciting Knicks basketball again, man.
Yeah, it's great.
It sucks that they're banged up, but they're still winning, man. They're still winning games.
Yeah. Chris, I think I was very up in the air when they hired Laviolette. Not that I know the guy's body of work, man. He's a great coach. But I was kind of like, are we getting anything different? You know, at this point, should we just keep Gerard Gallant? But man, the difference has been monumental with Laviolette as the head coach of this team.
Yeah, of course.
I think right now he's probably. I mean, if he's not the favorite, he's at least number 2 for winning Coach of the Year.
Definitely.
I think what's his name on Vancouver will definitely be in the running. But you know, I think Laviolette. I mean, Rangers got smacked by the Devils last year in the playoffs.
Bad.
Right now, I mean, they're the odds-on favorite to win the Stanley Cup. You know, so I think Laviolette's got to be Coach of the Year right now, and I think Tortorella's in that conversation again.
I know.
With what he's done with Philly, because that team was almost a basement team last year. You know?
Trash.
Yeah. So, Rich, I'm not sure what that last word is that you put there. I'm not going to lie.
I think he meant they look like shit tonight.
Okay, all right, makes sense.
They're getting smacked by Golden State.
It's Golden State, though. Yeah.
Nah, it's just what happens. Occasionally, the Knicks fucking suck, but
Knicks are on fire,
they got a bunch of people banged up. Come playoffs and they're healthy, they're going to be a really good fucking team.
The league's always more fun when the Knicks are good, man.
Yeah, it's so true.
Fun.
Knicks, Lakers, and Celtics, man.
It's almost like in football, like when the Raiders are in the mix. It's like it always makes it exciting. The fucking Raiders are in the playoffs, man. You know.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm pumped for hockey playoffs coming around the corner, and I'm pumped for the trade deadline. Like trade deadline day, I say this every year when we do this show.
Day,
I get nothing done at work because I'm refreshing Twitter. I'm on NHL.com.
It's a big.
I'm trying to stream NHL Network to watch it live. I mean, it's just it's such an awesome day.
I think I'm on Twitter maybe like 10 times the whole year, and like 8 of them is NHL trade deadline day.
Exactly. Just constantly watching that ticker, man. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's so true.
Yeah.
It's so true.
Chris, we asked you this a couple of weeks ago. Islanders at the trade deadline. Are they selling off some pieces? Or are they trying to buy, thinking they still got a chance here?
I think they sell.
Danny and Poppy.
I would sell. Yeah. I would sell some at least. Yeah.
I'm with you, Chris. I think there's going to be a lot of home runs hitting the Bronx.
A lot of home runs this year. Yeah.
I think this is going to be an exciting year for the Yankees, man. I think there's still a chance we get one of these, another pitcher. I think Soto and Judge they're going to go crazy, man. I think these guys are going to be. They're the 2 favorites for the AL MVP right now.
He's actually tied to Snell, right? They're looking to get Snell.
They're looking. Fucking Boris is a fucking shitty agent, man. He has like 7 guys that aren't signed right now.
Yeah,
how is that even possible?
I don't know.
Like, this guy was the biggest name agent in the world.
Right?
Like,
and now he's such a douchebag. Like, the Yankees offered Snell a bigger deal, and now it's looking like he's going to get like 2 years for like $30 million a year or something like that. Like,
I see Nora in the background.
Yeah,
there was a Nora sighting.
She's getting ready for bed, man.
Judge is going to be good, Rich. He had a freak injury last year. That shit was that wasn't even a real fucking injury.
That she is.
Oh, Nora.
What's up, girl?
Good,
they'll probably add some pieces. I think you're right, Chris. But they shouldn't. I think the Islanders. Well, look, they got 8 days, right? If they win, say they come off and win 3 in a row right now before the trade deadline, I'm adding some pieces.
Yeah, that's.
I'm starting to believe, because again, like you said, Angelo, they're not that far.
Yeah.
Out of hitting that wild card spot, Yeah.
Are
they going to make any noise if they get in? Who knows? But you got to get there. Just get in, man. We saw that a few years ago with the Rangers. Who thought the Rangers were going to these conference finals? No. Nobody.
They got in.
Just got to get in, man.
Yep.
Farm system is one of the worst. Yeah, they do not have much in the farm system. Did you see the goalies that are in the farm system for the Islanders? I mean,
no.
the best goalie in the farm system has like a 4.0 goals against average or something, and that's in the minors. Like, they have nothing. They have nothing.
Yeah,
so for all the fans that want to say we have a problem with Sorokin, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Jesus. They got
Islanders are winning again right now with 2-0 over Detroit. Okay.
That's good.
I don't like the Rangers schedule right now, man. You know, a game, a day off, a game, 2 days off, then now another 2 days off. Like, Jesus Christ. Can we get some continuity before the playoffs start, man? It's driving me nuts.
Yeah.
It's very true.
You know, another thing I think about the NHL is I think the All-Star break is too late in the season.
It is.
Yeah, I hate it.
And I'm not talking push it back a month. I'm saying at least 2 weeks. Push it back, like, you know, push it up like 2 weeks or so.
Yeah, I mean, you have 50 games played already at the All-Star break. I mean,
yeah, they come out of the All-Star break and it's like, all right, it's the home stretch. We have 30 games to go. It's like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
I don't need Igor stretching out to make a save during the goddamn All-Star game. We're going to need him in 30 days from now, you know?
Yeah, exactly. It's so true.
Drives me nuts.
It's so true, man.
But anyway, I know I mentioned in the intro here that we're going to have an event coming up. I don't have enough details, honestly, right now to even talk about it.
Yeah, no, we'll get some for next week. Maybe we'll get it on there.
Yeah. They will be an event coming up.
I did see that, Chris. That is awesome. That's definitely something we should look into.
Yeah, UBS has it, right? 2026
right.
All-Star game.
I've never been to an All-Star game.
I'd love to go to the NHL
I've
All-Star
always wanted
game,
to go to
It'd be
one.
sick.
Yeah. 2026, that's good. I'll start selling one of my kids now so I can try to afford tickets to it.
Yeah, exactly.
I've never been to UBS either. I haven't been there yet.
That's awesome.
Beautiful.
It's
Nice.
really
It is nice.
Yeah. And Chris, I know we got you know, it'll be here before we know it. Tomorrow's already March 1st, which is just nuts. But summer will be here. I know you're going to be in New York, so we're going to have to do some kind of some special sports of ages, something going on when Chris is here in town, man.
Maybe we'll hit a fuking Yankee game or something, man.
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Cool. Or we're going to pick like some cool sports bar. We're going to go live from there or something with Chris.
Yeah,
or something
definitely.
Like that, you know?
We got to get Chris on the show live.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
Without
awesome. A doubt. But gentlemen, that's all I had, man. I don't have much more to go on tonight. I'll stay on all fucking night. I don't care. I got nothing else going on. Would you get the most value for? You know, that's a good one. I mean, Patrick is the youngest. He's tall, blonde, blue-eyed male. The kid's worth millions. I mean,
to the right person, yeah, he's worth a lot.
To the right person, man. I mean, Patrick's probably the one guy that the one kid. But Kayla's very smart. Sammy can talk to anyone. Sammy's great with kids. Shit, man, I could sell all three of them. I'd fucking clean up.
Well, listen, you got an attached piece with Kayla. You got Carmelo. That's a 2-in-1.
Oh, it's a package deal. That's a package deal. That's true.
Getting a lot. That's getting a lot.
Yeah. We don't want to throw in Mike in the deal. It's going to bring down the value. He almost gets killed on the railroad tracks every day, man. But he's a hard worker. That'll jack up the price.
Yeah,
it's risky though. It's risky.
Yeah, but no, you know, I got to take. Janine, I'll start the bidding at $5. $5, anyone?
Fuck you.
You know what, Kayla, I got to take off the table though, because then she's got to take the grandson with her, and I can't have that. So. And I'm also too old to be adopting and taking over control of the grandson. He's great to see, in short bursts. But anyway, I'll do it if you also.
All right, we're gonna get canceled for black marketing children. That's great.
Yeah. If I hear a knock on my door in like an hour, I'm not answering.
It's gonna be fucking FBI SWAT team pointing guns at you, trying to check every room in your house to see if you have fucking kids.
You know what? We should stay on for another hour, because if they come swinging through the windows on ropes and shit and we're live, we're going to make a killing, man.
We'll be all over fucking the internet. TikTok will be
our rating's going to go through the roof.
We'll be famous as fuck.
Yeah, finally, Sports of Ages makes the paper, man. It's going to be fucking great.
Incredible. Fucking incredible.
Oh, Jesus. So, I'll get back to you about that whole kid thing. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put all three of them through a test.
Yeah, you got to do like a physical, mental evaluation.
Yeah. This is gonna be like when you become a cop and shit. You got to take a test and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So my money's on Pat though. I think Pat will get the most. Yeah,
that's fun.
But, man, that just went fucking dark.
Yeah. Wow. Shit.
Jesus Christ.
We're fucked.
Sports of authorities.
Yeah.
Fucking disaster.
We are fucked.
Yeah. Well, that should be all we're talking about tonight. Yeah. Anyone else have anything extremely inappropriate they want to bring up on the show here tonight? Yeah, Janine, right? I mean, come on. I mean, without a doubt, he should probably cut his hair a little bit. I'm going to tell this kid to get cleaned up. He's going to be on the market soon.
tell him you got to get cleaned up. We're going out for a nice dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha.
Just wear this number around your chest.
Make sure,
wear this number and hold up the sign
tonight.
around your chest.
That's fucking horrible.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Well,
we're only joking. We're only... Oh, we got a schmuck of the week?
Yeah, got to bring up McCole Hardman here. I got to bring up this asshole. I got to bring up this asshole. So, you know what? Didn't even care that this fucking schmuck comes out and shits on the Jets. No problem. You left. Sour taste.
That's normal practice by a bunch of these immature idiots.
Exactly. I wasn't even mad about it.
Kadarius Toney's making hip-hop videos about the Giants and shit.
But the shit that this fucking dick had the nerve to come out and say, first of all, he basically said on the podcast that he gave up on the season when Rodgers got hurt, didn't care about anything else, didn't even want to play. Gibson got hurt. Hardman had the chance to come into the game to return punts, and he said no. Then he badmouthed the special teams coach, which that is the only coach the Jets have had for like 10 years now who has been consistent. So pick someone else to shit on. If you're going to shit on Hackett, fine. He fucking sucks at his job. Go crazy. Yeah. You're not going to shit on this fucking guy. And then he basically admits to tampering.
So he's a snitch too.
He's a snitch. He admits to tampering. He basically said he told Mahomes and the Chiefs owner to come get him, and then 2 weeks later he was gone. So that's tampering. I mean, you literally just said it, and then he tried to come out after the fact and say, "Oh no, I didn't actually talk to them." Bullshit. If I'm the Jets, I'm 100% looking into that, dude.
And he's leaking game plans.
And on top of that, they're saying they think they have proof he leaked game tape and game plan to the Chiefs and the Eagles. Man, are you kidding me?
Angela, did you at least tell your mom the response I sent to that today? Because I know she would get a kick out of that. And she hasn't cursed me out at all tonight, so I gotta.
I don't think I did.
Janine, Angelo texts us like, yeah, they're saying he leaked game plans. I was like, that is such a lie. The Jets haven't had a fucking game plan in years. There's nothing to leak.
How do the Jets look like schmucks, Chris? The Jets did right by this asshole. They could have kept him on the roster and made him miserable.
Look, I know exactly where Chris is coming from. And what's his name on WFAN said the same exact thing today. Huge Jets fan. What's his name? BT, Brandon Tierney. Guy's a diehard, bleeds green Jet fan.
How could the Jets look like a dick?
Went off on the Jets today. He's like, you know what? He goes, all the shit aside about, he leaked this, he said this, whatever. He goes, is he wrong? No. He said the Jets are the biggest joke, not just in football, in sports for the last 13 goddamn years. He said, and there's no team, what did he say? Something like, there's no team that I'm a fan of that gives me more agita and more grief than the goddamn Jets. He's like, and I'm sick of it. He goes, I'm another one. I'm a believer. Every year, I'm a believer. He goes, and all they do is disappoint the hell out of me. He was going off. You got to look it up.
Yeah, but how does that make the Jets look like schmucks, though?
Because of all the shit that he was saying about the Jets. There's no leadership in the locker room. They don't really have a fucking plan. They don't.
But that isn't why any Jets fans are mad over it, though. I'm fine that he said that. But he's the asshole.
He's an asshole. But what he's saying is the Jets are a fucking mess.
And that's fine. But we did right by him. The Jets traded him where he wanted to go, put him back on a Super Bowl roster, and got him the ring. Mm-hmm. And then you come out after the season and you fucking destroy us. You're a wide receiver 5 on most teams, bro. What are you're shitting on the Jets? Why? Because you just caught
He'd be a 1 on my team.
No, I think he'd actually be like a 4 on your team.
Actually, Wan'Dale Robinson blows him away.
Fucking blows him out of the water. He's a fucking, and you still don't do that. Like he's all butthurt that Gibson took his job after getting guaranteed millions. You're sour. You're pissed. Just keep it to yourself. They did right by you. They didn't come out and say, "Oh, you didn't want to return punts." They didn't say the Jets haven't badmouthed McCole Hardman since he's been off the team. Nobody has. Not even after suspecting.
No one's even mentioned his name.
No, not even after suspecting that he could have sent game tape to the Eagles and Chiefs. No one mentioned a word until he opened his.
That's insane.
Mouth. It brings negative attention to the Jets because he's a fucking douchebag. No one badmouthed him, and now all the Jets are sticking up for everyone inside. I mean, what the fuck is that? That's just wrong. It's exactly what Kadarius Toney did. He left and started shitting on the Giants, and everyone killed him for it. The Jets don't look like schmuck. They're fucking sticking up for each other. Sauce is like, motherfucker, you gave the game plan away. And then Kenny Yeboah came out and said, how about talk about what you did in the game meetings and how you had no fucking effort at practice. That's why you lost your job. Like, fuck you, entitled fuck. You got a couple million and thought shit was sweet. No, you're a fucking douche. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Fuck that motherfucker.
Knock of the week.
Fuck that motherfucker, man. Bad enough. Whatever. You come out and badmouth us, fine. But we did justice by you. We did good by you. Trade deadline. We sent you back to where you wanted to go. No ifs, ands, or buts. Got a shitty pick out of it. Didn't worry about the money. No one said a thing. And then you come out and do this for no reason.
I love it when there's a week where it's not my blood pressure and I'm not the one yelling and screaming.
It's fucking unbelievable. It's absolutely fucking unbelievable. Like he could have just badmouthed it and left it out that. But then it comes out because he decides to send game tape and just basically says, I gave up on the season. I told them I wasn't going to go on the field because I had a sprained pinky. He said he had a sprained fucking pinky. That's why you couldn't return punts? You're not worth $4 fucking rather than $4 million.
A sprained pinky. Can someone text that to Ryan Lindgren right now on the range?
Fuck out of here, man.
Oh, Janine, I don't. Trust me, I don't need your help. all I need to do is wake up, and it'll be me next week.
Fuck that. Man. Fuck that.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Exactly. Get the fuck out of here, man.
A sprained pinky. Holy shit.
That's what he said. He had a pinky injury, and that's why he couldn't catch punts.
I saw Emmitt Smith single-handedly dismantle the Giants on Thanksgiving one year with a fucking dislocated shoulder.
Vlad cut off his finger. He cut the fucking thing off. What are we talking about? What the fuck? A sprained pinky sticking up your ass, fucker. Get the fuck out of here.
Lawrence Taylor tore his rotator cuff and went out and had like 3 sacks, a forced fumble, and interception.
Get the fuck out of here with this soft pussy shit. I'm sick of these motherfuckers, man.
The best one ever, though, the Rangers years ago with Derek Stepan. The guy broke his jaw and didn't leave the bench. Had to put a mask around his jaw and went right back out.
Sprained fucking pinky.
No, Chris, he played. He played last night, actually. Lindgren's all right.
I'm fucking sick of this soft shit, man. I can't fucking take it.
They basically do some duct tape on him and put him back.
Oh, yeah. Get out there, man.
Now
they got to treat these guys more like rugby players. Like a guy goes down, they just a little board, they pick him up and they run off the field, throw him on the sideline.
Fuck, Chris, I'm pissed off, bro. I'm fucking pissed right now.
He's all bark, Chris. He's all bark.
Fuck you. I'm gonna kick you and give you a turf toe again. Watch you cry like a little bitch.
Hey, I got that triangle choke down right now, man. I'm gonna have you. You know what? Not only are you gonna choke out and pass out, but your head's gonna be in my crotch when you do it.
You're not fast enough. I'll fucking grab you and just step on your toe. Quick. It's a 1-2 bam toe, and I step back and watch you fucking grab it.
The last couple of weeks, man, I've been going strong, and my toe, knock wood, man, I've been okay.
Until I step on it with my Tim.
It's getting red though. Like, after I come home and I'm looking at
it. Oh yeah, it's ready. Man. It's ready to go. It's like,
yeah.
I'm telling you, one quick Tim. Put my cleats on. Right on their fucking toe.
Like every time I leave, I come out, I come home, I take a shower, I come out, and all I'm thinking, I get in bed and I'm just like, come on, wake up tomorrow. Like, and don't like go to step out of bed and just fall because my foot doesn't want to work.
Yeah. That is brutal. Feet and anything with feet and face. Worst fucking things. I can deal with a messed up arm, a hand, but if I have pain in my mouth or on my feet, fuck that.
Speaking of arms, so this is pretty funny. So the guy Alex I was referring to earlier, he sends me a message today at work on Skype, Teams, whatever the fuck it's called. And he's like, hey, did you see that they found an arm in Babylon today? Which was on the news.
I heard that. Yeah.
They found like a fucking severed arm somewhere in Babylon today. I said, yeah, it's mine. Someone threw it from Wantagh last night when they gave me an arm bar.
Fucked you up. That's hilarious.
Yeah. Jesus.
Wow. Fucking believable, man.
Anyway.
Fuck McCole Hardman. Fucking douche.
That's right.
What a scumbag.
That's right.
Him and Tony are going to be fucking working at fucking Sonic next year. Scumbag motherfucker.
I won't go there then. They'll fuck that up.
Dude, I mean, if this is true, like, there's no way this guy gets a job.
You got to be suspended. I mean, the minimum.
You should be banned.
He won't, though. They can never prove it. They'll never prove it.
And what if they do, though? If the league looks into it,
they might blackball him and no one's going to sign him, but he's never going to face a suspension or something. There's no way.
I don't know, man. You can find fucking, how is he sending them film? Email, text. If he's giving them shit they had to figure out some. They'll be able to find something, you know.
Maybe,
especially they can look into his shit if he was actually calling and texting with the Chiefs saying, "Come get me." That's tampering, bro. The Jets should get a pick out of that.
Would you be surprised? Yeah, but how are they going to get a pick out of it? From who? They can't take it from some other team. Why? Hardman was giving them a game plan.
No, not for that. For the tampering. That always happens.
Okay, yeah. That's Chris, there's a Sonic in Deer Park, I think it is.
Oh, there's
Deer
Sonic
Park,
all over. Yeah, there's Sonic all over.
Yeah, something like that. Fuck, I just lost
for the tampering. Yeah, they can definitely get a pick for that. That's you can't do that. The Dolphins had to give a pick up for trying to tamper with Brady last year, 2 years ago, rather.
You know what's crazy? I don't buy into these conspiracy theories like I've said a million times when it comes to this favoritism this year. But would you be surprised if the league doesn't do much about it because it's the fucking Jets? Would that really surprise you?
No, we'll just get fucked.
Because they don't get a lot of respect, you know, and I really would not be surprised. If this was fucking New England when Brady was there, if this was against the Chiefs now with Mahomes, whatever, it'd be up in arms. But, like, it's not even that big of a news story other than locally around here.
Of course. It's a fucking joke, man.
And it's happened all the way around. I don't think I think that's part of it, too. It's like Hardman, you can keep saying what you want to say, but no one cares. Shut the fuck up.
You suck. You fucking suck. He's like, I know how to win. You caught 14 fucking passes this year, bro. 14. You know how to win? Yeah, okay.
He's like, I've been on 4 Super Bowl teams in the last 5 years. Yeah, okay. So was the backup punter. You know how. So was the backup long snapper. Nobody knows who the fuck he is either. You know.
One little fucking catch that I think I could have rolled myself out in a wheelchair to catch. Fuck you. Exactly. Fucking little asshole. He fucking sucks. Fuck him. I hope he doesn't get a job next year. I hope he's fucking looking. And then the Chiefs have to sign him fucking late. Fuck him.
Yeah. Fuck it. I'm getting pissed now, too.
Next week, I'm going to be pissed off about something else. I don't know what the fuck it's going to be, but I'm going to be pissed again.
It doesn't take much.
Yeah, no, I'm fucking angry now. Fuck this guy.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
Fucking with my team, motherfucker. You suck. Fucking asshole.
Okay, anyway.
That's all I got.
Chris, how long you in Nashville for, bro? Nashville's on our bucket list, man. I have not ever done a week in Nashville or a weekend in Nashville.
Awesome.
I went there years ago when my cousin got married, but I was like 22, I guess, something like that. I don't know. Yeah, I brought Kayla with me. Kayla was like 7, and I brought her to the wedding with me. And it wasn't like any amount of time of going to hang out in Nashville. Let's put it that way, you know?
Yeah.
Jets will sign Hardman because that would be fucking epic.
No fucking. Now there's absolutely no fucking chance, man. Fuck him. There's.
Jets compliment Garrett Wilson with Kadarius Toney and Hardman once again.
Fuck that.
No, I think Hardman. Someone will sign him. He'll go somewhere, but he ain't gonna make an impact. So who gives a fuck where he goes?
Fuck him.
He'll be on someone's practice squad. Let's put it that way. I don't know if he'll make a squad.
He should be playing in the fucking UFL next year. Fucking douchebag.
The Johnny Cash movie. Oh, that's got to be pretty cool.
Fuck you, Siri. Why is Siri?
Walk the Line's like one of my favorite movies, man. I love that fucking movie.
That's a good one.
Part of it's because my big Hollywood crush is Reese Witherspoon. I love her. So I love watching that movie. And she played a great role playing June Carter, man.
Yeah, great role. Yeah.
But that movie is just so well acted by him and her. It's just incredible. I didn't realize until I saw that movie, and then I read a bunch of shit on it, obviously online. But how out there Johnny Cash was, man.
Oh yeah,
that guy was out of his fucking mind. Man. Holy shit! I didn't see The Joker. I got to see that. I haven't seen that one yet. Joaquin Phoenix. Good one too. Yeah, you saw that, right? I heard it's kind of like a disturbing, dark, like sad type of thing.
It's your typical Joker. You feel bad for him at the end, but he does some wild shit.
Yeah,
naturally.
Good movie, though. Definitely a good movie.
I never really felt bad for Heath Ledger's version of the Joker, though. That guy was just fucking
crazy.
He was unbelievable.
Yeah. Oh, just tremendous.
Yeah.
Jack Nicholson 2 years ago, man. It was incredible.
Yeah.
I just got an update on my phone that Mac Jones is putting in the work this offseason. It's a video of him working out. You think what UFL team you think he signs with?
Seriously.
Someone, right? He'll probably be in the UFL, USFL.
I'm actually looking forward to the UFL.
Me too. I can't wait.
Hey, Donna Moore. What's up, Mom?
What's up, Donna?
Thanks.
Yeah, Ma, see that shit? He stole my shirt, man.
Are we gonna forget that you were just auctioning off her grandkids?
Well, I don't even remember why. What were we doing?
I don't know. So no, Chris, we will not. Fuck
I
him.
can't auction mine. I just got it.
Yeah. You got a ways to go before you're ready to put them on the trading block, man.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Why the hell was I selling them? Oh, the All-Star game.
The All-Star game.
Yeah. Boy, that sounds horrible. Not even a playoff game? Jesus Christ. Mom, we were trying to decide who I'd get more money for out of my 3 kids. I said Patrick, I think's the moneymaker. Tall, good-looking, blonde hair, blue-eyed. He ain't my kid. Who are we kidding?
Yeah. There's no way.
Who the fuck are we kidding here, man?
You're bald, short, and no blue eyes. Who'd you buy him off of?
Someone else who wanted to go to an All-Star game 20 years ago.
Fucked up. This guy's buying and selling and shit. That's fucked up.
That's funny.
Had you long enough trading them in.
All right, Mom, I know you just came on, but I got to hang up before I get arrested.
Yeah, that's really all we got tonight, man.
Yeah.
Glad we're back, though, man. We'll definitely be back next week. More hockey talk. Hopefully, Rangers keep this up. Hopefully, Islanders keep losing. And we'll go from there.
Yeah, they're winning again tonight, but again, whatever. We'll get into it next week.
Fuck.
All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. It was good to be back for a little while, anyway. I guess. But
definitely, man. We'll be back. More football. Hopefully, more football talk next week too. We'll see. Again, another week closer to free agency and the draft. Combine started today.
Trade deadline in hockey coming up.
Yeah, next week maybe we'll talk a little bit more about what we want our teams to do in free agency and the draft. Start talking about that type of stuff, where we think our free agents end up, and all that type of shit, man.
And we do have an event, a live event coming up April 14th. More details to follow on that. We'll let you guys know.
Yes,
check us out on, obviously, always on Facebook, Twitter, X, whatever the fuck it's called, Instagram. Subscribe to YouTube. Spread the word, all right? Sports of Ages. And, gentlemen, have a good night. We'll see you guys next week, all right?
See you guys next week. Night, guys.